Hey, is it it's Friday morning, right, for you?
Yes. Why? What
Oh, it's a,
happened?
no. Just I mean, tomorrow is a Saturday night, and tomorrow is Friday night for us, and it's Saturday early morning, early hours for you. So, how about weekends, weekend classes?
That's okay. It's the same time. I
If you
generally wake
want,
up early, so don't worry.
oh, okay, Perli, yeah, good then. We can continue at the same time. If
Yeah,
it
yes,
is
yes.
too early for you in the weekend, then we can postpone it to next 1 hour
No,
maybe.
no, no, no. Keep it like this only. Like if it is fine from your end. For
Yeah,
me,
we are fine. We are good. We are good.
oh, okay, okay, fine, man.
Yeah.
So like yesterday we discussed like so you have any query, Surya, or anything you want to discuss?
No. I'm good, and I had a discussion with Surya as well today.
Okay,
So he's also good, and he's able to understand what are all the components were there in that web methods integration layer,
okay,
both broker server, and I mean he's actually working on the reverse gateway servers and everything currently as
okay,
an
okay,
administrator. So he's able to understand everything, the architecture part.
okay,
Okay.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. So today we'll go with the installation part.
Yeah.
Uh, like you have software kitten like the free downloaded software.
Yeah. I have a 10.1.
That is fine. That is not an
That
issue.
is fine.
Surya also
Yeah.
have, right?
Surya doesn't have. Looks like I'll. Did I share with you, Surya? No, right? Surya, your voice is breaking, man.
No, you didn't share with me.
Yeah, but I'll share it with you, Surya. Okay, but make sure you're recording this session as well, so that once they're done, you'll have to. I mean, for this installation, right, you need to install the database as well. So make sure you are completely recording this video and having a complete connection to this.
No, if that is the case, like for me it is already installed. So we can go, if I will tell you like from where to download it, then we can do for installation tomorrow. So you can download in your machine and you can start and I can guide it to you. So it will be easy for you, Surya.
Yeah, that
I
works.
think, I mean, even at my machine it is installed, but I can. It's a local version. I mean, 9.10.1 version.
Yeah, yeah.
So I have MWS already installed, UM installed, designer installed, everything is installed, but it's I'll have to run the start commands.
Ah,
Okay.
okay, okay, fine.
Okay. But we'll have to guide Surya how we'll have to
Yeah, yeah,
install it.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I
Yeah.
will tell you, Surya, like where to get water. Okay. So you're able to see my screen, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So there are two portals. If you just search in Google, right, webmethods free trial. Okay, you will be forwarded with this link. I will ping you this link in the Skype also. So you have to do initial registration first. Like you have to create your username and password. This is the link for getting. So it will be a 3 month free trial with each and every component, and get an Oracle database also installed. Any Oracle 11G or anything is fine.
Oracle installation, you can get it from Google as well, Surya. I mean, you can get it from YouTube as well. I mean,
I will share the link for. It's a very easy. Like just we have to do forward. That's it.
yeah, Oracle is like very much easy.
Mm. And second is like this soft. So this empower.software AG. It's like a official URL for the software AG tool. So here you can register. So the but you
But
have to
it will not allow to register with Google accounts. You'll
yes,
need to
you have
register
to
with
register with
your
your
office.
office accounts. So they will because it's kind of limited. They have provided all the full restricted access. So
But I was actually, I'll tell you one funny thing what happened when I was working for Condiant, right? I was
okay,
working on installation of this. There is one more middleware integration tool. I mean, it is just for managed file transfer, MFT, like our MFT solutions.
yeah, yeah,
It is called Move It, MOVEIT, Move It. Okay,
okay,
it is
okay,
maintained by IP Switch community. So I registered over there. I got the license keys and everything. I shared it with my client, and client approved the budget. And I was working on that installation, but I mean, it is like just a 1 week assignment that was given to me.
okay,
Uh, they don't want to go with the MFT solutions, which is provided with the software AG. Okay.
okay, okay,
At that moment, I wanted to check the MFT capabilities of software AG. I mean, I just thought of comparing it.
Okay,
Okay.
okay,
I forgot my tech systems credentials, software AG
okay,
credentials.
okay.
So I gave my convenient email ID.
Uh,
What software AG guys did is they forwarded my account details to
Tech system.
integration head, actually. Integration
Oh,
head who is responsible for software AG in Conient.
okay, okay.
He forwarded that email to me and he was asking me, if you need an account, you should ask me first so that I'll provide you that account itself. You no
Okay,
need to go for that site. You just take a look at the what it is structural architecture. So when the integration, I am the head, so that you can reach out to me for any of the integration tools. I can give you the free accounts, not a
uh,
problem. That
okay,
is what
okay.
issue happened.
Yeah, yeah. So that's why like they will have lots of restrictions. But
Yeah.
Surya, like this page is very important. Like if you go, here you can have lots of things. Like we have knowledge center, we have products and documentation. Like the important thing is this product and documentation page. Like if you go here documentation and doc in Empower, so you will get lots of documents. You see, I'm not allowed to log in because I have not even my credential. But once you get the credential right, so you will have lots of document to read. So it all they have a complete guidelines for each and every components which they are using in web methods. So it's kind of reference book. You can go and have a reader. Again, you can we have a knowledge center where you can have some videos also or some tutorial kind of thing, like some small POC kind of thing they have done it. So first get a access to this request. Then I will explain you like each and everything, like where to do what. Here you can go for request an account. Okay, you have to just fill your company email ID and what the details, like why you need software. You can write like I'm working in project something like. And we have communities also here, like where we can do the we can post something like what is the requirement and you're not getting any something like that, so people will reply on it. So you see here, right, this if you go to the space tech community blogs, so we here we have lots of things like a small demo kind of thing they have given. It is like just overview kind of thing, but you will get a basic idea like what exactly it is, what are the components or tools they are launching in a market. They will give a small demo and how to use it, a basic thing. So you will get all the details in this blog. So if you will uh, get it registered today, maybe for this one it will take time to get approval and all this, but for getting a free trial it will be very easy. Otherwise I will download and share it to you.
Mm, Okay,
Or
I have a 10.1 version. I mean, okay, I downloaded it long back, and I
yeah,
think
that's
that
what I did.
license might have been expired.
Correct.
Yep.
That's why I also have like 2 months old. I downloaded it, so
Okay.
almost 1 month. So I don't want to share again. So if you can download it, it will be for from now onward. It will be for 3 months. So again, you don't have to do all the process. And while doing installation, don't install everything at a time. Like we'll do multiple time installation, right? They will come to know a lot of things. As we will go with components, we'll do whatever the installation required for whatever we are doing as of now, and then we'll go again. We'll install further components. It will it will be very easy for you to launch and everything, and this laptop will be fast. Like to install this software, like we need at least minimum 8 GB RAM, and only support.
I
So
think Piyush, your voice is breaking.
now it is clear.
So, Surya, you're also facing the same, or I think my network is slow.
No, I'm also facing the same.
Hello.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. Now we are good, Piyush.
Okay. So what I'm saying is like the system requirement, like the laptop or whatever where you are installing the software, it should be minimum 8 GB, because this software itself is of around 3 GB, and they will occupy almost 2.5 GB of space while running. So if your laptop is not that much, like you just upgrade the laptop.
I think Surya's is MacBook maybe. Is it right, Surya, or you have a laptop?
I don't think like for MacBook this software is there.
Yeah,
You
it is there. It is there for MacBook as well. I mean, it is like Linux installation only.
Seems like it's MacBook, it's just HP laptop.
Oh, okay.
so have you installed any I mean MacBook, Kiran? Because I
No, no, no. I
don't.
haven't installed. I mean, I was hearing from people it is like just a Unix installation, MacBook.
It's not like that. Like they are that officially they are providing for Linux and Windows operating system. Okay,
Yeah.
and some community have developed some patches to crack it and install it in Mac. So there is a
Oh,
problem.
okay.
So I'm not sure whether it would really work or not.
No, no, no. I have heard from the people that even in my previous organization, people were saying that we were able to install it in the Mac or something like that. I mean, it is like just like a Linux installation or something like that. I have heard,
Okay, okay,
and yeah,
fine. So just download the software. Then we'll see tomorrow. Like what are the steps to do the installation. So you will be doing it in Windows or Linux. I mean, like a
Windows. Now
Windows.
we'll be doing it. Yeah.
We'll be doing it.
But what is your what is yours, Piyush?
Mine is window only.
Windows only. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What I'll do is I'll create an AWS account. I mean, even at AWS end as well, Software is providing its own tool. I mean, its own software for AWS.
Okay.
Let me see if I can get that, and I'll also try to explain how we'll need to install it on AWS.
Oh,
Okay.
okay, okay. Yeah, yeah, I'm also not aware of that. Fine, if
Uh,
you explain me, it will be good.
yeah, yeah, sure.
Okay. So in that case, like today we'll go with like what is integration and what we do exactly. Okay, the basic flow steps and all those things. Is it fine, right?
Yeah, it is fine. Surya, you're good, right?
Yeah, I'm good.
So like once you install the software, like if it is a window, you will get an icon like a software AG folder. Like here you have software AG folder, and we have option like a start integration server. You have to just click on this icon, so this server will be started. And this is the like software AG designer. It is an Eclipse based tool where we do all the codings, like we do all right business logic, do all the configurations. So I have already opened it.
Yeah, it is similar to Java Eclipse, Surya.
Yes. So for you see here, right, when we click on the start integration server, it will start with some logs and it will say log file closed for 10.3. Once the log file is closed, it means the server has been started. Okay, and then we will use this Eclipse tool. Okay, so it's just purely a Eclipse kind of tool, like where we do all the codings. So before going to details, I will tell you some basic things like you see this icon, right, like add or modify integration server. When you click on this icon, we have to go to the software AG, and then we have to go to the integration server, and we can add as number of integration server as possible here. So to add the new servers, we have to provide just any dummy name, like just to differentiate between the different integration servers, because this Eclipse is just one single API or front end provided to interact with all the integration servers. So we can add as many integration server as possible, and then here we have to provide the host name, port, and the username and the password, and just you have to click on verify. It will say the server has been verified. For example, let's say if I am removing it, or let's say if I'm disconnecting it, if I'll connect it, so it is for me it is connecting to my local host and the port is 55. So same way you can add or edit or modify or remove whatever the integration server. So whatever you add it will display here. For example, for me I have given the name as a default. For example, if I change this name, let's say first server, You just click on verify. You same get the message integration server configuration verified, means from your Eclipse the server is reachable, and then we have to click OK. So you see the name has been changed to first server. So in this way we can add as number of servers as possible. Now the second important thing is like we have different perspective to do different kind of coding and to interact with different kind of components of web methods. So when we are developing any flow service or Java service, I'll explain you what is the flow service, any services kind of thing, we have to go to the service development perspective. So let's say if you open a Eclipse and it is not in that perspective, so you have to click on window, you have to select perspective, open perspective, and then we have to select this service development perspective. When you click it open, it will open in the same format. Let's say if I am opening some, let's say you want to do some Java code, pure Java, not in the
Hey, Piyush, your network is very slow, I guess.
is it, let me reconnect.
Is it
Just
same for you, Surya, as well?
I think it is kind of okay, but the voice.
do you want me to reconnect? Because is it fine right now, or let's reconnect again?
I'm barely hearing you, Surya. I'm not able to hear you properly. Oh, network is very slow, man. Yeah, now it's fine.
Hello, now it is okay, right?
Yes.
Now okay. So I
Yeah,
was
now
saying
it's okay.
yeah, so I was saying like the perspective part of it. So for example, let's say if you want to do some Java code, you can open it in Java perspective. So the same way how we do the coding in Eclipse for Java, it will open a new prompt like this. So it will show you the same styles like source, jar, and lib and everything.
I can see
So
only.
sorry,
I can see only blank screen.
oh is it? Okay, okay. Let me share because I reconnect it, right. 1 minute. Now it is okay, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I was saying like there like this Eclipse has been provided with a different perspective. Like if you're doing going to the coding of web methods, so we have to use service development perspective. Let's say if you're doing pure Java thing, then we have option to choose Java perspective. Again, like if you are doing process management, lots of other things. So the main important thing as of now we have to focus about is service development perspective and debug perspective. So service development perspective is where we do the web methods coding, and debug perspective where we will debug the code step by steps. Till now it is fine, right? So you see here, this is the debug perspective. So every perspective will change. It will, the look and feel will change, and you can go back to the perspective in the same way, like either from here window and choose a perspective. Okay. Now sometimes what happens, let's say by default you will get close these all these things. Okay, so in that case what you just have to do, you have to go to the window perspective and you have to just reset the perspective. Okay, so it will come to the same original perspective mode, like whatever the perspective mode which was present earlier. So for example, I was using the service development, so it will come back to the service development by default mode. So I will have a property issue and everything here. Fine, right? Hello.
Yeah, Piyush, able to hear
Okay.
you.
Yes.
Okay, fine. Now for example, when I have created this server instance and added it here, you see here like there are two kind of packages, one which is starting with wm, okay, and one which is not starting with wm. So whatever which is starting with wm, these all are You think of this as adapters or packages or jar files provided by software AG itself. Okay, so these packages have inbuilt methods. Just like in Java, we have inbuilt methods for lots of classes, inbuilt classes or the classes provided by with respect to Java software itself, right? So same way we have inbuilt methods or function which is present in WM public packages. So we can reuse these services or methods. So these are all provided by software AG. Now you see here, for example, let's say we are using WM JDBC adapter. So a naming convention is like that: WM is web method, JDBC an adapter. So if you, what does it mean? Like we have the methods or functionality in this package through which we can interact with Oracle database. Okay, same way, for example, let's say here is WMVCS. VCS is basically a version control system. So this package will have the functionality. It will not have all the functionality, but there are certain functionality which is provided by software AG through which we can the same way, like if you want to do some deployment or if you want to connect to the cloud. So but just by reading at the naming convention, you will understand, okay, what are the functionalities provided inside this package.
So basically, they are pre-installed packages which connects to the different.
Yes, sir. So again, like this is a free trial, right? So they will give you all packages, but if you're going to purchase the license version, right, so they will charge license for each and every packages. So it might not be necessary that maybe in your project they will have all the packages installed.
One more thing,
Yeah,
there is a package called. I don't understand how.
sorry, can you come again?
There is a package called JDBC adapter.
Yes, yes,
So it
Surya,
connects.
your voice is not audible, man.
Can you hear me now?
yes.
Uh, so can it connect to the adapter as well? Can it connect to these packages are for both applications as well as adapters as well?
No, it is like let's WM adapter is purely with respect to Oracle database. So what happens, like the way we are going to connect to the database, so it has some functionality. So this package itself is called as adapter. So it will provide some information like how to register to the adapter, how to create a connection, how to create update a connection, how to create a notification kind of thing.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
So here, like
This you will come to know more when we are dealing with the JDBC adapters, Surya. Okay.
I'm just giving you the overview, like what things like set up where, like so that it will be easy for you to use it. Okay. The second thing is like we'll have a default package also pre-installed, but it will not have anything. Like we can do some write some coding logic also. The standard thing is like we'll create a new packages. For example, I have created my own package, and you can write the custom logic here. So the start of any building services or the start with building up a packages and folders. So I will go into details like how we'll create packages and folders. Okay, so this panel is completed. Now let's say, okay, we'll start with packages and only we can see everything. So to create new package, you have to just click on the server, whatever the servers for which you are creating. You have to create new. Now you see we have a different options here, like these are the options. It's all like we'll go slowly. So first think of, like, we have to create a package. Okay, let's say I'm giving any package name. Now the naming convention of this package name should be like always be capital. It should always start with capital. whatever the words, it's a general naming convention which is followed across the industry standard. So start with the first letter of each string start with a capital. Okay, this thing package already exists, so let's say package test package 2. So you see, as you created a package, nothing is there. Now you have to create a folder inside that package. So to create a folder, we again have to go to the new, right click on the package, go to the new, and then create a folder. Now, like there are two options, like either we should give the same name what we have given to the name of the package, or we can give any other name, but generally we prefer to give the same name what we have given to the package. The reason is why, like I will tell you when we will discuss with the web service, it is basically to give each services a unique URL, a unique resource identifier. So most always we give the same name. Now you see here, now inside that we create a flow step. So this is the icon to create a web methods flow services. So again, like we have to click on, right click on the folder, get to new, and click on the flow services. So let me know, like if you are stuck with any place where you're not understanding anything. Okay, so you can give any name of the flow services. For example, let's say if you're doing an add operation, so again you give add in.
Let's start with the addition of sum of additions so that you'll understand what exactly we are trying to do.
Yes, sir. So again, you have to give the naming convention of the services. It should always start with a small. The first string of a name should start with a small letter, and remaining it will be capital. For example, let's say you are doing um, add int of let's say some account. So you have to give something name like that. Again, it is like a standard followed like across the. You can give any name. It's not necessary that if you are giving any other name, it will not work. But this is the standard. You will just click on finish. So as soon as you click on the finish button, you will see this one window box is open here with the name add int of account. Now in that window box, we have, you see, have in there we have multiple tabs like tree, layout.
Sorry, sorry to stop you. So
Yeah, yeah.
add is kind of command. Add is a command.
No, it's not a command. It's just a name.
It's just a name.
It is just a service name what we are giving to the service, Surya.
It is just
I
like
mean, when you execute that service, right, the addition of numbers that will perform that. I mean, at the back end, it will perform the sum of additions. Okay, it is just the naming convention that we gave the name to the service. That's it.
Sorry, what
Okay.
we mean is naming convention should be all caps.
No, that is for the package and that is at the package level and the folder level. But at the service level, we'll go with the Java naming convention. Uh, I'm sorry to stop you in between.
no, no, it's okay. So just I was saying like how you create custom methods in Java, right? Same thing what we are doing here. Like you write method name. So the same method name we are creating here in a different way. That's it. Generally, why we use the integration tool? That is one more advantage. Is like whatever you will write in Java in 1,000 lines, it can be written here in 100 lines. Just to use the properties and everything. So the code will be more compact. So let's say I'm again closing it. So if you want to open this service, you have to just double click on it. So it will open up and it will have multiple tabs like tree, layout, input, output, log, field, and comments. So we'll start with input output. For example, let's say if you are using a Java, you are passing the parameter, right? Like the call by reference or call by value, you define the parameter what you want to pass in the method, and you define the value which will be method will be returned in a return statement. The same way in web methods we have input tab and output tab. You see here we have input option and output option. So the input option is used to define whatever the parameters which will be used to pass input to this service. It will not have any extra parameter. The same way the output parameter is used to pass the get the output value. For example, let's say I'm opening a notepad. You are aware with Java, right, Surya? Maybe I can correlate you.
Yeah, a little bit. I
Okay,
can.
I will tell you the basic, like how we do the setup. Let's say we are using any method. Let's say I've defined a method int x. Okay, I'm creating some temp variable. Let's say I'm giving this value d equal to c, return d. So this picture this is clear, right? Whatever I've written in notepad.
Yes.
Okay, so as in Java, like this is the input parameter and this we are getting as output parameter, and I have defined one temporary variable, okay, c, which will store the value of x plus y, and I intentionally did that because I'm assigning the value c to the d, just to tell you why. Now the same thing, if you're going to implement in web methods, I have defined this and this as my input parameter. So, and this whatever we are returning as output parameter, this variable will not be used as output parameter. Okay. Now how to do that? Like there are two ways. Either you see here we have icon, you can click on it, or let's say if I'm using a string variable as of now, like then you have to drag and drop it, and you have to give the name, just the name you have to give. So it is saying like we have a x variable of data type string. Again you have to click it and y. Now the data type variable string is works little bit different way in web methods as the way in Java, because in here in web methods like we can do concatenation everything on like all the mathematical operation over string also. Okay, so I have to provide, let's say, one. Let's say if you want to add the field in input parameter, you have to click on this white box in the input parameter, right click and insert again the string. So there are two ways to do it. Once you have added it, you have to go here and save it, or you can do normal control S, so it will save. So what it is saying, like for this service my x and y is the input parameter, and sorry, xy is the input parameter. I will change this name, and z is the output parameter. Okay, now we have some inbuilt function, as I said, in wm public package. So you see here, if you, let's say we are going to do add operation, so we are going to the math folder. In the math folder we have lots of inbuilt functionalities provided by software AG. We have to just drag and drop it here. Again I will show you. We have to go to the wm public package, you have to go to the math, click on add int and drag and drop. So now in the tree it will be showing like one operation I have added, which is the inbuilt functionality. Now what I have to do, I have to map this x to y. Now again there are two ways to do it. Either you have to click here, drag and drop till num1, or just click on y, click on num2 both, and you see we have icon here which is called as a link. So what it does, it maps the data from x variable to num1 variable. So basically in the backend what it does call by value reference, call by value. So whenever we are doing a string mapping from one field to another field, it is basically a call by value. Now same thing we have to do for z. So What I'm doing, I'm passing the xy parameter to this functionality, and it will internally calculate and stores the value in value field, and from value we have to pass this to the z parameter, and again you will do control s. Now we have to run this one. This simple service is done. Again, I'll explain further like the other things in the service. So now you have to run this service. Again, there are multiple ways. Either you right click here, go to the tree panel, right click, and here we have option called run as. When you click run as, you will run as flow service. Now you see you're getting an option of input parameters. Let's say I'm giving 12 and 10. So in Z I'm getting the output as 22. Now, unlike in Java, where generally when we calling this method, we will not get these temporary variables or the input parameter in the return statement. But here we'll get all the values, like whatever the value we have passed, whatever the temp variable, whatever the variables which were used. And okay, so if we want we can clear it, or if we want we cannot clear it. Now we have to explicitly clear all those variables. So let's say from our perspective, what we want to display, we are passing xy as input parameter and we are getting z as output parameter. I don't want to see all other these temporary variables. So what we can do, I can click on this one. We have option here, yellow box. Let's drop this selected variable. So it will drop. So what it does, it will, the garbage collector will remove this variable from the JVM. So once the service is finished, it will not display the output. Display the output like display all these variables. So generally as a naming and generally as a normal standard coding, like what we do, whatever is the input and what is the output, only those things we display. We don't display the temporary variables created while doing the coding. Now see, if I am again running it, I'm getting this jet variable only. Now there is a second way to do the run. We have option called run here. When you click on run, it will again ask for X service and you can run it. So till now, any query, Surya, like how to do the basic like
Yeah, can you just quickly show me the glance about this thing? One
about what? Like
about the calculation. Addition.
okay, fine. So I will give. We have created a package. Okay, we have created a folder inside a package which you have the same name, and we have created a service. You can give any name of the service. Just I have given add-in service. Okay. Now once you created a service, when you click on it, it will open a empty window panel. Okay. Now for this service, it's just the service same thing, like let's say you have been giving just something like interfaces kind of thing. In Java we have interfaces like which doesn't have any basic thing inside it, core thing. The same way it will give you the basic thing. Now we have to develop everything. So for example, if we are doing a add-in operation, now we already have inbuilt functionality which is provided by software AG in WM public package. So in WM public we have math folder where we can select add int. So what I did, I just drag and drop it here. So once you drag and drop it, you can see one field is added. Now we have defined the input parameter of this service and the output parameter of this service. Now how will you define the input parameter? Like either you right click here, insert the variable, like we'll have other lots of variables. I will explain you. Like we'll just I inserted a string. Okay, so I need two strings, so I inserted two strings. The same way for the, I click on the output parameter, right click, insert, and insert the variable. Other way you can do it, just expand it here. You see one expansion button is there, and you can again drag and drop it here. So once you have done, you have to go to the tree part. The tree part is where you will write all the business logic. input output tab is where you will define the input output parameter of the service. Now once you will define the input output parameter, when you go to the tree tab, you will see all the variables which you have defined in the input parameter and output parameter will be reflecting here. Now I'll delete and show it to you again. I drag and drop. Just I saved it. I didn't map it. You see, whatever the input parameters I have defined, it is reflecting here. Now if we are running the code, you are passing this input parameter in, let's say, value 10 in x parameter, so it will present in x. But you have to, we are using this function call, so we have to pass this variable value of the variable x to num1. So to passing this, what we have to do, we have to simply click on x, click on num1, and this is the green link. It will create a link. So what it does, when it creates a link, it does the call by value. For example, here if I'm calling xy method and passing some parameter 2 and 3, basically what we are doing, we are passing this value parameter to x and passing this 3 to the parameter y. The same what we are doing here, just by linking it. Again for y, we can either link in this way, click on this one, drag and drop, or just create a link. Now we have passed this xy to the num1 num2. This built-in service or function is to, it will calculate internally. We don't have, because it is provided by software AG, so it will and it will give the value, the result output in value parameter, and we have to again fetch the value to our variable where we are storing the data, and just we have to click save. That's it. Now when we run this service, we have to pass the input parameter and just click OK. So it will display the final value. So till now it is clear, right?
Yes, it is clear. Thank you.
Okay. Now we'll go further details, like a step by step. We'll start with input output tab. Okay. Now we have created the variable x, right? Now when you click on this x parameter, you see one property tab will be opened here. It will tell you the details about this variable x, like it will tell you what is the name of the variable, what is the data type. So we are using a string data type, so it is showing here a string. Again you can change it, like we can make it a string list, a string table. Okay, these all things will tell you later. Let's say if you want to, this is as a string. Now if you want to make it as an integer or float, so we can do it here. Let's say you want to make it as, you see the difference, like something has been changed here, some icon, extra icon is coming here, some extra icon is not coming. So in this way we can change the variable of it. Another way we can do it is just right click and you can create an object. So in web methods, object is anything like int, float, boolean. Oh, sorry, I've given the name as int. So you can give the name of any variable, let's say some new, and it's purely an object now. Now you can change this content type as boolean, byte, character, double, int, float, long, anything. So now it is showing as a 32-bit integer, so it can only store integer part. So in this way we can add n number of variables and we can change the data type of it. Now in web methods, like we have these standard set of variables which are provided, which we can use. Okay, so a string we have already discussed. Now the string list is basically a one-dimensional array in Java, like where we store multiple informations. Like let's say you have a name of employee list or employee names. We can store it and number of variables. So how many data it will store? It all depends on the runtime. Like how the number of data we will pass. That many number of data it will store. The string table is okay. We'll go more details further. Like we'll stuck with the string and a string. Let's go slowly. Otherwise, it will be very confusing. Now, object is already told like it is basically an object.
Uh,
Just like
I'll suggest you one thing.
yeah.
Let's take this development part for an extended period. Like if we are going for the development, if you're taking only 1 week of time, right?
No,
Let's
no, we'll
extend
go.
it to two
Yeah, we'll
weeks.
go. Yeah, that's why we'll go slowly.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it is
Okay, yeah,
very important to understand each and everything. Like what are the things available here, how we use it.
yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Surya, you were there, right? You're able to understand it? Hello? Did we lose him?
Yes, yes, I can understand.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So we'll go with just basic thing. Like as of now, today we'll go with string and object. So string, like just in Java we are using a string, right? Or an object is like for anything. Let's say you are going to change integer, boolean, character, double, float. So all those things. I will explain you all these things tomorrow. So you can basically you can change the data type or you can have different data type. Now the other important thing is this logged field tab. Now whatever the input parameters and output parameter you have defined in the input output tab, the same field will be appear in the logged field. Now why it is required? For logging purpose. Let's say you want to log if let's say someone is calling your service from a web service or some other application, so you want to log what are the input parameters they have passed and whatever the return passed by this service, so you can log it. So just by clicking on this part and save it, you will enable this logging part. Now the last tab is the comment tab. Just like in Java, we write the commenting of the service, like what this functionality is doing. The same way we can write the comment part, like this service is doing so and so operation, so that if anyone can read this statement, he can understand, okay, this is the logic of the service. Now, the whatever the left tab is the layout tab. Now, it is basically an icon. Whatever we are developing here, whatever the business functionality we are writing here, it will be represented in a graphical format here. So we generally it is of no use. This is just for graphical representation. Till now it is clear, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Now, as I said, like for each field we have a properties, right? Similar way, for whatever for this window panel, again we'll have a property for each and every steps what we will return. They have their own properties. Okay, so we'll go details maybe tomorrow. Once we'll start with the basic 7 flow steps. Now, here we have the two important tabs, like the pipeline tab and the result tab. So pipeline tab is where we'll do all the mappings, like mapping of fields one from one field to another field. It's the same thing like what we are doing here, assigning the value of C to the D. The same thing what we will do in the pipeline tab. Result tab is where we'll get the result. It will display you like for which server, what are the services run, what are the results, and if it is a fail, it will show here red. If it is a success, it will show here the green, and it will tell you the date, like what time it was executed. Okay, leave this package explorer and all those things. Now let's say I have created a map step. If you want to delete it, you see, as of now simply it is in black color. When I'm rolling over it, it's showing green color. If you just have to press delete button and it will delete it, or if you want to delete in another way, you have to just click it, and here we have a cross button, delete. When you click it, it will delete it. So slowly as we will develop the code, right, we'll be more familiar with using all these things, like where to do what. Now the most important thing of a flow, web method flow step is this tab. You see here we have one small show palette button. When you click on this button, it will show you flow steps. So the in 10.3 like they have added try catch and finally block, but basically we have 7 basic flow steps like map, branch, loop, repeat, sequence, and catch. By using only these icons, whatever the icons which is provided, will develop all the logics in web methods flow.
Hey, catch is not there, right? Exit is there, I guess, if I'm not wrong, in the
Yes,
old
sir.
versions.
Exit is there. Yeah, catch they have introduced newly.
Oh, even in this is not there in 10.1.
No, no, it's in 10.3 now. Like I mean,
Okay.
10.3 they have introduced try catch and finally block.
Okay, okay, good.
Okay. So by using these 7 steps, like we will do all the codings. So and how we'll call again, everything is a drag and drop. Let's say you are using a drag, and if you're calling branch, drag and drop. If you're calling loop, drag and drop. Now each and everything they have their own property. Just like for example, when I show you on the click add int, they have their own property. When I click on map, they have their own property. For branch, they have their own property. So we are using this property. I will tell you the behavior how exactly it is. So we will use all these properties to write the coding logic. Now the second um, option in the palette is the insert. For example, in the early scenario, I go to the WM public package, I drag and drop this ident service. Same thing we can do it from here. Like there are services provided here, we can just drag and drop. It will do the same thing. The third is the recently used services. So whatever the service which you will be used recently, it will start displaying here. So this is the basic of like a overview of Windows service development perspective, what we do where. So any confusion, Surya, till now?
Till now it is clear. Thank
Till now it is clear. Like fine. So in that case, should we start today with the basic flow step or should we go tomorrow?
Hey, Surya, are you overloaded today or you're good?
you. I think tomorrow will be a better.
Yeah, that's right. So tomorrow we'll start with the basic flow step first. Like we'll tell you what is the use of all these steps and how it is related with Java and everything. And after that, we'll relate you like how this structure is related to Java. Once we are done with some basic thing, because backend everything is Java. Whatever you are writing, it is Java. And one more thing, like I forgot to tell you, like in Java, like when we write a code, we have to compile it. But here it is like just you have save it, it will be auto compiled. So you don't have to explicitly compile anything here, whether it is a Java code or C code or any code, because we have an option to write Java code, C code, .NET code also. Like you see here, .NET services you can write. We can write C services. We can write Java services also. But we don't have to compile it here. As soon as you do Control S or save it, it will be auto compiled. Fine, we'll go with the basic flow step, like the basic 7 flow step tomorrow, and I'll show you the demo, like what is the basic flow step and how it is related to the Java and where we use it basically. So in meanwhile time, like today, if you can raise a request for the software download, right? That will be maybe because the download software will you'll get in within 1 hour notification. The only thing is like to get access to the Empower 1 week. So that maybe tomorrow we'll go with the installation process and then we'll start
Yeah,
with
sure.
the first step.
Surya, better raise a request for access. I mean, not tech community. The first initial chat, right?
Yeah,
In the
this
initial
one.
chat, we have one. Yeah, just copy that, Piyush. Can you copy that and paste
I
it?
already provided it.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, sorry, I have seen it. I have seen it.
Yeah.
Just click on the link and fill all your details, and so that you will get an email. So verify your email so that you will be able to download the software. Okay. Surya, you're good?
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Fine, then in today tomorrow again we'll meet at the same time. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Thanks for joining. Yeah. Thank you. Bye.
Bye bye, Piyush. Thanks. Bye bye. Bye, Surya. సూర్య ఎవరు దేర్?
ఉన్నా.
ఓకే, ఓకే. అది జస్ట్ అది ఒక లింక్ క్లిక్ చేసి,
ఈ లింక్స్ ఉన్నాయి కానీ కంపెనీ పేరు అది ఇది అడుగుతుంది కదా.
అది ఎంపవర్లో కంపెనీ పేరు అడిగిద్ది. టెక్ కమ్యూనిటీ కంపెనీ పేరు ఏం అడగదు నిన్ను.
ఫస్ట్ దాన్ని లింక్, ఫస్ట్ టైం యూజర్ ప్లీజ్ రిజిస్టర్ అంది. రిజిస్టర్ అడ్రస్, ఈమెయిల్ వెరిఫికేషన్ అది చూస్తాలే దాని గురించి.
రిజిస్టర్ నో కొట్టి నీ జీమెయిల్ అడ్రస్. టెక్ కమ్యూనిటీ నుంచి మెయిల్ వచ్చి ఉంటుంది చూడు, రిక్వెస్ట్ వాస్ ప్రాసెస్డ్ అని వస్తుంది ఫస్ట్.